Hey guys! Alright, to get this one started, you are going to want some craft foam. This one I just got from the dollar store, but you can find them at any kind of craft store like Michael's or Walmart. The pattern here is one that I just drew out myself, but I have sketched it out and we'll have a link down below so you guys can print out the pattern yourselves and just create copies that way. From here, you just want to cut it out in foam. You'll want to cut out 4, so you can have 2 for each ear. When you have those pieces, you want to take them and adding a little bit of tape, you just want to tape them down to a surface that you can then put latex on. I'm using MDF board, but you can use anything like a binder, a workbench, whatever you have on hand. And then you just want to sketch out where you would like the shape of the latex to be, as you can see I did here. And then from there, you just want to take latex. I used molding latex, which is a little bit thicker and stronger than regular cosmetic latex, but you absolutely can use that. So if you have Ben Nye latex or Graftobian, Mehron, anything like that, you absolutely can just use that instead since it's a little bit more accessible. From there, you'll want to do a few layers. I did, I believe, 4 for these ears, but you maybe want to do about 7 if you're using thinner latex. And then when everything is dry, you'll be able to tell by touch that it is all good. You just want to go over with a powder to get rid of any kind of tackiness or stickiness. That way when you pull up the latex, it won't stick to itself and fold in on itself. To lift the latex, it's always good to start at an edge where you wouldn't really care if it was to accidentally stick to itself. So I did from the insides where you'll be cutting it off later anyways, and then just moved it outwards, making sure to powder the other side as I lift it. So both sides are good and set. Similar to the webbed hands, now that you have these lovely scrap of latex, you want to properly form them. So I glued down the foam earpieces with some hot glue and then just made sure the edges were pulled down and attached as well. The hot glue will not amazingly stick to latex, but it will get a good grip for the next part where you just want to take some scissors and trim away all of the excess and then go back to creating that shape between the webbing that you wanted in the first place. And then because it would be nice to have a back for the ears and because this will really help seal the latex in, you just want to take another cutout of the same foam shape and glue that down all along the back to properly seal it in. If the shapes are a little bit off, you can trim them a little bit just to make sure the edges look nice and clean, and you will have the base done. Now from here, you could do similar to what we did in my easy DIY horn tutorial and glue them to a headband and have them sit that way. But I made mine with the intention that I would be actually attaching them to my face, so I'm going to just move on from here. I took some alcohol activated paints and used the blue to start coloring in those areas, applying it down and using a sponge to blend it out towards the edges. And then over the foam, I just took some regular acrylic paint and started blending that out. I wanted to create kind of a gradient from a really dark, deep blue along the inner sides that then went to a softer, more ocean blue and ended with the white tips that I wanted to add at the end. Here's where you really can go crazy and customize the ears to whatever costume you are using them for. Any color combination is possible, and acrylics work really well, so it's an easy job to do. Make sure to also get the edges as they will show as whatever color your foam was originally, and then also paint the backs. So now my ears are complete. Because I wanted to attach them to my face, I then just laid out some latex on the same board that I used before, letting it dry down, and then I had this little sheet that I was able to cut into strips. These strips I then individually glued to the backs of my ears, and from there they were able to attach to my face. Please excuse the out of focusness. I did not know my camera was on manual focus, but you can see here how they are attached, and then taking some Pros-Aid or spirit gum, whatever you have on hand, just a adhesive for prosthetics. You want to apply a little bit to the foam itself and then to the folded over latex. And then you also want to apply it to your ears. With Pros-Aid, once it goes clear, you know it is ready to attach. So from there, you can just press down the ears, and that latex that goes over your ears will really help secure it in place. These were honestly very easy to attach. Once they hooked on, they were totally set. It was really simple. It was very easy to hear with them, so they did not block my hearing at all, and they felt completely secure. I think I could have headbanged in these and they would not have gone anywhere. I added just a little bit of shadow to blend them into my makeup, and that was it for your DIY mermaid ear tutorial. I hope you can find a way to use them. This method can certainly be adapted to any costume you're hoping to make, but I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoy, and thank you so much for watching. Love you guys.